Imagine that tonight, that after this video ends, you fall asleep. Nothing unusual, just another ordinary night. But when you wake up, you're not in your room anymore. You find yourself in a movie theater. A very old, calm movie theater. The lights are dim, the seats are empty, and the projector quietly humming in the background. You walk to the counter and ask, what's playing? This man is sliding a ticket over on the desk, and it just says two words: your life. Not your dreams, not your potential, not the person you could become. Just your life. Everything that you're doing. You wake up, you brush your teeth, you go to work, you come back tired, you sleep. You wake up, work, tired, sleep. Work, tired, sleep. Every excuse, every opportunity, every moment you said, I'll start tomorrow. Would you be excited to watch this, or would you be nervous? Because maybe the scariest thing isn't watching your own life, but watching yourself just simply existing. Most people think that the most dramatic things in life are, like graduation, getting the degree, getting the job, the promotion, wedding. Aren't these the most dramatic scenes, just like they are in the movies? They are, like your life. Like those are the milestones that, yes, this is my life. This is where I'm going to live. And those are the biggest days of my life. And that is actually my life. The milestones, all these biggest milestones. Life isn't actually one of those milestones. It's made of those ordinary Tuesdays when you're like, I don't want to watch my phone anymore, I'm actually going to go for a walk. Even if I'm unable to go to the gym, I'll work at home. Even if I'm tired, I'll study one more page and then maybe go to sleep. The choice to begin, the choice to start. The very strange thing about life is you don't even realize you're just living, and that is actually your life. Only till that ordinary life becomes precious. It should mean so much to you, but instead, we just let it go. One day, you'll wish that you could go back to those ordinary moments in your life, not because it was like a milestone or an achievement, but because you know that you are not going to get that time back. You will never be able to relive that particular ordinary moment. Now, I want you to think of your favorite movie. There's always that one particular moment when the audience wants to yell at the character. Bhai, karna, bol de, kar le. Don't be scared. How we are so invested in movies, how we just want to make that person do that as if. And the audience can see the answer because they aren't trapped in fear. I want you to imagine the audience watching your life. What would they be screaming at you? Stop doubting yourself. Stop wasting time. Get up. Stop wasting your potential. Would they be telling you to start doing the thing that you have been postponing for years? Stop settling for a life that is smaller than your potential. Sometimes the answers we're searching for, we already know them. Your intuition will always tell you what's right, what's wrong, what needs to be done, what must be done. Then you just get into this worst thing of, I'll start to it tomorrow. Every movie has a villain, but failure isn't what keeps most people stuck. Comfort does. Not today, maybe next week, maybe next month. You deserve a break. One more reel, just another video, just another comfort. Comfort is not going to destroy your dreams overnight. It slowly convinces you to postpone them until they disappear. Failure is loud. Comfort is silent. That's what makes it dangerous. Comfort is where your action is 0. And failure, the action can be 50, 100 or 80. At least you have learned through the journey, you have gone through the journey. Outcome can be anything. At least you tried. Failure should never be even the fear. The fear is to be comfortable. To be comfortable with the ordinary life, to be comfortable with the wasted potential. Now imagine that screen is just playing the same thing over and over again. You wake up, you scroll your phone, you get ready, you work, come back tired and sleep. Nothing bad is happening. But nothing meaningful is happening either. How would the audience feel? The character is not failing. The character is not moving at all. The character is not progressing. People don't wake up one day and decide that I'm going to waste 10 years of my life. They lose those years one ordinary day at a time. Okay, now imagine someone presses that fast forward button. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. Whew. The audience watches in silence. Not because life is ending, but it moved so quickly that we didn't realize. You remember being a child, right? In a blink, you're an adult. In a blink, you're going to grow old. The greatest illusion in the world is that we have more time. Right now, what we're doing today, the ordinary days, they matter. And tell me what makes a movie super hit. It's not success, it's transformation. And the best stories aren't about the people who become perfect. It's about the people who become brave, kinder, more human. They're about the people who change. Now I wanted to ask you one thing. Who are you compared to 1 year ago? Have you grown or have you simply aged? A meaningful life will not be measured by achievements alone. It's going to be measured by evolution. How much of a better person you have become. I think that's what matters the most. The hero will never be ready. We will never be ready. We just need to act. Can't let our life just pass by like that. We need to put the action. We need to take the first step. We need to put the first brick. Just like I said in my previous video, go ahead and watch it. The one great thing that I read, that courage is not absence of fear. It's movement despite fear. And that movement, that particular scene will change everyone's story. You know how like movies actually change in those small moments. You know, those tiny little details are there always in the movie where that particular thing becomes a turning point, but the character never really realizes that. What if you are in that particular line right now? What if this is actually your turning point? What if these are the ordinary days, the small days, that particular day where you're taking that step, you're taking that action, you take that leap of faith and you just do it. That one thing that you've been postponing for years and you do that. What if? What if that is your turning point? What if you're just standing right there? Okay, now let's get back to the theater one last time. The movie is ending. The credits begin to roll and the audience stands up and asking one question. Did the character become rich? Did they achieve every goal they had? Did the character become who they were capable of becoming? Did they try? And then something incredible happens. The screen doesn't fade to black because your movie isn't over. The next chapter hasn't been written. We don't know what the story is going to be like. And the audience is waiting to see what the character is going to do next. If your life was a movie, would you watch it? And more importantly, would you be proud of the ending?